Good evening, good evening. Coming up on the show, we're talking about something good for all you fans of Joni Mitchell. It's a brand new show called 𝗝cie his𝗶, the Songs of Joni Mitchell, being performed by musician, singer, songwriter Suzanne Savage, together with her fabulous band. And this show comes to the Fitzroy Church in Belfast on Thursday the 22nd of May, and there's also dates in Derry and Donegal as well. But let's find out more about the show because Suzanne joins us now. How are you today?
Hi, Robin. I'm great. Thanks for having us on.
Now, what about that for a background? You look like you're sitting in a Joni Mitchell album cover.
It's actually my friend's house. It's kind of, I just thought, I'll just throw this together. And it just looks like I've come out of the studio from Coyote or something. So, yeah.
Amazing. So we're looking forward to the 22nd of May in Belfast. And I know you're playing Derry and Donegal as well. So tell us a bit about the show. Obviously, you have to be a big fan of Joni Mitchell to do this type of show.
Yeah, I'm late to Joni as well. I only kind of fell in love a little bit more by accident. I was asked to do, it's actually our guitarist, 𝗝cie his𝗶, is in Galway. And I was invited over by him to do like a music series, a monthly music series with the Black Gate, which is a cultural centre in Galway. And I went, yeah, this sounds great. But I'd only kind of had really only had like a cursory knowledge of some the Joni hits really. And when I started kind of learning the whole set, I was like, whoa, which is a terrible thing, isn't it? To kind
And
of
I know.
admit what, you think you know, so, and then you kind of get down. The thing about the music I learned, it was just deep and it's not easy and it's which makes it really exciting as a musician to kind of delve deeper. There's so many layers to it.
There is,
It's
yeah.
yeah, you can have the kind of more light stuff, but there's always so much layers to her music, and I found it fascinating. So I kind of fell in love, and once we'd done the gig and we had so much fun, we had an amazing feedback. We thought there's a seed of something here.
Yeah.
Why not? It's a wonderful music to celebrate, and it's coming up to 80. She's 81 now. I mean, this is one of our great 20th century artists. We really should be celebrating it. And I thought, why not? Like I'm a songwriter myself, and I can hear the influence. We've all been influenced by this creator without realizing. So why would we not want to celebrate? And I thought, let's be cheeky and get a little band together, and we'll just celebrate the music that we know of Joni. So it's a long answer. Sorry about that.
Now, of course, over the years, Joni Mitchell has had so many great albums that have influenced so many people. But if you had to choose your all-time favourite Joni song, what would it be?
Oh,
It's a difficult one, isn't it?
it's really difficult, and it changes the more tunes that I've kind of, once you go through the catalogue. I think it's the same for everyone. You kind of go through phases where you're in love with this song and you're in love with that one. At the moment, for me, it's Amelia from the 𝗝cie his𝗶 album, and it's at first that kind of really passed me by, and
Yeah.
then I started to kind of just get into It's very meditative,
Yeah.
and it's hypnotic, and it's actually the warmth of the electric guitar and the kind of it's almost like a trail of thought, and
Yeah.
she's connecting the connection between Amelia Earhart, the famous lady who she disappeared in the sky or in the
Yes.
sea, we don't know, and it's talking about her, and she's talking about her life as a travelogue, and it's this beautiful hypnotic song. It really that was a real slow grower in me. It's incredible, and also who can you have to do a case of you and both sides now. I mean, where do you stop? You know,
Exactly. Yeah.
there's so many, and they're all different. They're all class. Anyway, sorry.
Now, Suzanne, you've done so many great projects over the years, so many different musical genres, and you were even in Riverdance at one stage, weren't you?
I was. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. That's a while ago. Show me age now. Yeah, we toured Europe, and yeah, I was kind of, I actually was very lucky. I did a scholarship in Italy, and when I was there, I went from there, and that actually show when I did the tour, that brought me back to Ireland. But the experience of being on the road and meeting people and actually love being on the road. It's not for everybody,
Yeah.
but I love it, and I had such a great experience working with Riverdance. It was really fun. It was a long time ago now,
It is.
but it
Yeah.
was class. Like really cool.
Now, what about some of the legends in music that you've worked with over the years? When it comes to Northern Ireland legends, it doesn't get much bigger than people like Paul Brady and Van Morrison.
Yeah. It's there's some fun stories. Like Van was when I was in the kind of my first band, and it was like this jazz trio with 𝗝cie his𝗶 and the wonderful guitarist 𝗝gie his𝗶 as well. So two like legends, and I was very lucky. It was they were very kind of young starting out, and we had a little jazz trio, and we did all these kind of little gigs, and we did a residency. And Van came to a residency every week for like 2 years because he was Foggy was in the same band. And
Right.
Foggy's on
Yes.
those
Yeah.
albums at the time. So it was just like that, to cut your teeth. And Van was great because he says, come on, we were doing the 𝗃𝗃 Castle, the big gig. And he gave us the slot and we had the crack. So it was lovely to work with him, and just as soon as Van made the decision, things happened. It was class. So that was, yeah, a lot of, and I was very lucky. Like a lot year later, I was living in Dublin, and I did it was actually another jazz gig with Johnny, who's on our Joni gig.
Yeah.
It was this big fancy party, and it was great. It was John Roshan, his birthday party, no
Oh,
less.
wow.
Just gonna
Yeah.
name drop there. You get a dustpan, brush for all the names there, and all these heads. You're like, that is, whatever. It was class, and my drummer Dominic says, Suzanne, that's Paul Brady. Go and say hello. And I was like, no, don't do that. Scunders. I went, you know what? The man's a genius. I'm going to go up and say hello. So I said, it's really nice to meet you. And he was very complimentary about my singing. And I something sparked in me. Went, listen, if you're ever needing somebody in Dublin, to support you vocally, give me a shout,
Yeah.
backing vocalist or whatever. And he was like, yeah, I got a call the next day. I got
Wow.
a call the next day. Yeah.
So it was as easy as that to get into the Paul Brady band.
Yeah, but like I think once he's very, very open-minded, open-eared.
Yes.
If he
Yeah.
hears something, he's and I think he's like he's just fantastic. I've learned so much. Like, I was kind of in the band for God on and off for about 10 years. Yeah, it was a wonderful experience. I really enjoyed working with him, and I met a lot of really cool people, and that they looked after me so well. And I had a lot of fun. It's really fun. I
Yeah.
love doing backing vocals. I love
Right.
doing like violin for people. So I was playing violin, playing a fiddle, and it's funny because after I left, I really fell in love with playing trad on the violin now. So
Right.
now I
Yeah.
like play away, and it's ironic that I'm not really in the band, but it's all good. But I have to say, I had a wonderful time working with Paul and everyone around, like the manager, John Monas and all the gang around it. They're just lovely people, and we're really well looked after.
So apart from the Joni Mitchell shows then, what's next for you? Any big projects that we should know about?
Yeah, hold on. Yeah, okay, so I'm working on my own album. So that's going to be coming out probably. I have a lot of work to do to kind of do the recordings and just kind of production work this summer. So I'm hoping that'll be out later on this year. I don't want to rush it or anything. It's a very personal project because it's about me, my relationship with Northern Ireland, my own family, also Donegal, because I've a bit of a connection there musically. I've just kind of fallen in love with the music of Donegal, especially the fiddle music. So there's a lot of kind of links, and I'm interested in jazz. There's a lot of free flowing stuff that I'm just kind of like workshopping out at the moment for that. That's going to be later on this year. And I have some contemporary music stuff that I'm doing in Dublin because I also sing classical music. So I really enjoy that. It's quite gnarly. And I'm doing a Kate Bush thing as well. Watch this space. Yeah, that'll be later on as
Wow.
well. Actually, yeah, June. So I want to concentrate on my own music, but I
Yeah.
really enjoy working. I just love the variety of what I do. But I'm a little bit of a cold swimmer.
Well, you go and rest the voice and get ready for the gigs. Belfast, Fitzroy Church on the 22nd of May, then St. Augustine's in Derry on the 24th of May, and of course Donegal as well on the 25th of May.
Yeah, Gweedore, and I cannot wait. I love Donegal, as you've heard. This is a gorgeous spot as well. So yeah, the Gweedore one was going to be really good fun. Yeah, lots of good friends up there, like the Altan gang and Raid and Kieran, all the guys. They're just wonderful people, and we've all made friends musically. Thanks to actually, Music Capital.
Yes, Kieran.
We've all kind of worked together, and there's a lovely connection to Donegal through that. So I'm really looking forward to all three gigs. So do come.
We'll see you there. Suzanne, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Robin. Bye bye.